Hey guys, what's up? It's Hannah with Hannah Ruth Photography, and I am super excited that you're here today because today we're going to talk about 7 reasons why your photos are not sharp. So if you struggle with blur, out of focus images, soft images, this video is perfect for you. Reason number 1, your photos are not sharp is camera shake. Camera shake is exactly like it sounds, when your camera shakes. This happens way more often than you think. So even if you're standing still, there is still movement within your body and your hands that are going to cause motion blur in your images, especially if you don't know your settings. It's like trying to draw a straight line without a ruler. Also, you need to know how to hold your camera. That's going to matter too. So make sure you're holding your camera correctly. Make sure you're not like, make sure your settings are correctly so you don't end up with out of focus, crazy motion, camera shake, and the images that you don't want, and you get back to your computer and you're just like, oh no. If you don't know anything about manual settings and how to set your settings, in the description below, I have an absolutely free download for you that could get you on your journey to photography today. So make sure you download that for free. Another reason your images are not sharp could be your shutter speed. Your shutter speed is how long your shutter stays open. So a fast shutter speed is going to freeze action and give you sharp, in-focus images. Meanwhile, a slow shutter speed is going to introduce blur and out-of-focus images, especially if your subject is moving. So in order to get those sharp images, you're going to want to keep your shutter speed high. I am a portrait and family photographer, so I never let my shutter speed go below 1/200th of a second. And if you want to capture motion, like the cars that go view, view, when they go by and you see the lights and it looks wicked cool, that's going to be 1/60th of a second or lower. But that's not what I want. But if it's what you want, yes. But I always stay above 1/200th of a second. Reason number 3, your photos might not be sharp is your aperture, also known as your f-stop. It's going to control the light that comes in your camera and how you see depth of field. A wide aperture is going to give you that beautiful, dreamy, creamy background that I love so much, and that's my style. But when shooting at a wider aperture like f1.2, you are going to get that amazing, beautiful, dreamy background, but it's going to be a little harder to focus because the focus is so small. So if you're new to this, you need to take your time, go slow, be wise, take your time, and make sure your focus is correct. I like to focus on the eye that's closest to the camera. I like to stay steady, keep my subjects from moving as much as possible so that I can get that perfect focus. If you're scared of missing your focus, do not be scared to go up to f4.0 or higher. You might lose a little bit of that beautiful, dreamy, creamy background, but I'd rather you have an in-focus photo than worry about the background right now. If you're into landscape or anything and you want the whole picture in focus, I would go to like a 6.0 or higher. If you're a makeup artist and you don't want just the little eye in focus, you want the whole face in focus so that you can focus, so that you can focus on the eyelashes and stuff, go for it. Shoot your aperture higher. There's going to be nothing except you're going to lose some of the blurriness in the background that's going to affect your focus. Reason number 4, your photos might not be sharp is your focus. Focus is so important. So ask yourself, what do I want to focus on? You want to make sure you don't accidentally bump into this and turn your autofocus off, because if you get to a session and your focus isn't working, you're going to freak out. You also want to know the modes of focus on your camera lens and on your camera. You have autofocus, which is auto. You have AI servo, which is great for moving subjects like bridesmaids coming down the aisle. You have one shot, which locks your focus when you push the shutter. So it's perfect for like a tree. iFocus is a game changer for those stunning portraits and crazy kids. If you have a new camera and you have iFocus, I am totally 100% iFocus all the way. Yeah. Awesomeness, cool. Know your focus. That could be one reason to all your frustration of blurry images that you don't even realize was a thing. Reason number 5 your photos are not sharp is you don't have the newest gear. Quality matters. I hate to say it, but you get what you pay for. If your glass or your camera's very old or has scratches on it, or it's like super cheap, you're gonna get what you pay for. That's why your images may not be perfectly sharp, because the glass may not be the best glass. So you get what you pay for. If your lens has signs or age and wear and tear, consider repairing it or upgrading it, because if your clients are paying you the big bucks to take their photos, you better deliver something amazing. Reason number 6 your photos are not sharp is the weather. Air, fog, sun, light, wind. All these are gonna take some kind of factor into the influence of the sharpness of your photographs. Hazy air might soften details and take away some of the clarity of your photos, while fog's going to demand extra care because you're going to have to worry about the moisture. You're going to be aware of sun directly hitting your lens and bouncing around, and camera does not know where to focus. And additionally, you're just going to need to know the weather, the wind. It's going to affect your photos, your clients, your aperture, your shutter speed, your ISO. Make sure you have a wipe with you and know where you live, where you're shooting, and what you're dealing with. Because like here, I live in Myrtle Beach. I know that I have to show up to my sessions 10, 15, 20 minutes early because I need to take my lens out of my air conditioning car and let it adjust to the 100-degree weather on the beach because it's going to be so foggy. And I don't want my clients to show up and be like, oh, hold on one second, guys. One more minute. No, you want to be prepared and keep your images sharp and watch the weather. Reason number 7, your photos are not sharp is your ISO. The secret behind your camera's sensitivity to light. While it's all about light, your ISO, once you crank up that ISO to an extreme number, you're going to get so much grain, so much noise, and it's going to take away from the sharpness and the clarity of your photo. So you got too much noise, all those details are gone. You can say hello to softer images. You want to keep your ISO as low as possible. You don't want noise and grain in your photo unless that's the look you're going for. You can always take it into post-processing, but you really don't want to rely on post-processing. You want to get it right in camera. But a high ISO of anything of 4,000 or higher is going to give you too much grain and take away the quality and the detail in your photos. So I would always keep your ISO as low as possible. Here's an extra tip, focal planes. Have you ever found yourself so frustrated with shooting groups, larger people, or wedding parties because everyone is not sharp and in focus? Well, this is probably because of your focal plane. Your focal plane is an imaginary line on the ground where all your people have to stand in order to be in focus, especially with a wide aperture. So if you want everyone sharp, they need to be on this imaginary line. And if they come off just a little bit, they're going to be out of focus. And that's why. It's because there's a focal plane. You can find more about that on my YouTube channel. Jump over there, check it out. But keep everyone on the focal plane. You want them as close as possible. If you have dads in the back, moms in the front, you want to bring their heads together. You want to keep them on that plane so that everybody's in focus. You guys, you did it. Those are 7 reasons why you may be struggling with the focus on your camera. I hope it helps. If for some reason it doesn't help and you still notice that you cannot get crisp, beautiful images, I would take it to a camera shop or ask another professional photographer to check it out because it might be a technical issue. And if that's the case, you might want to get it fixed or get a new lens or whatever the case is. But I hope you have the best day ever. Don't forget to like, share, comment, whatever. And thank you so much for watching. I feel like I talked really fast.